Good day, everybody, and welcome to the show. I'm Dr. Darrell Wolf, and today's show is called New World Practitioner. And today we're going to be talking about the adventure of a lifetime that will change the rest of your life. And understand something, before we go into this show, I just want to say this. You do not realize how many people are actually coming, okay, that already are practitioners, been practitioners for 10, 20, 30, or even 40 years, yes. And you do not realize how many people are actually coming that aren't practitioners, and they don't even want to be practitioners, but they want to be their own doctors. They want to be the master of their life. They want to be the practitioner that heals their own family. And I don't know if you noticed or not, but nobody knows what the heck they're doing, okay? Forget the layperson that has been programmed to poison themselves like 24/7. But take a look at the medical doctor that should only be in emergency care, okay? They are the third leading cause of death in North America, and they help for the first and second cause. Why don't you do some research? The second thing is that even in the natural health field, everybody wants to do their best. Even medical doctors, not even, medical doctors, everybody wants to do their best. But when you're given the wrong strategies, wrong tools, and knowledge is not power. The knowledge that they tell you they're giving you works against you. Tell me it's not. Okay, 92% of the population has an autoimmune disease, and most practitioners help to put the fire down, but they never put the fire out, because if you weren't trained as a practitioner at the very beginning, the main belief is this, okay, is that your patients must become their own practitioners, all right? And that treating does not come before training. And when a patient comes to you, they leave self-empowered, not crapping their drawers, being told you've got 3 weeks, go get your affairs in order, or there's no cure, which is absolutely, there's a cure for everything. You're the cure. They're telling you when they say there is no cure, they're saying, guess what? If you're a medical doctor, the big pharma hasn't invented a drug yet. Okay, if you're a natural health practitioner, you haven't learned the right tools or strategies or have the right knowledge to give a person to enlighten them so that they can master their mind and master their body. The greatest practitioner in the world teaches about emotion. And if they don't teach about emotion, then they're not a practitioner at all. And then go ahead and call yourself a doctor if you want. But doctor means teacher. And that's why if you take a look at the medical system's website, they don't talk doctor. They talk physician and surgeon, because they be talking on a context. Right, Anya?
Yeah.
So why don't you tell everybody why you're here in Ixtapa, Mexico a little bit.
Okay. Well, I've been following you for a couple years. So
All right.
I started buying your products a few years ago. And then when I realized you were more than just products, then I started following your programs online, doing your Braveheart work, and I'm here because I want to get trained by you. I feel that your New World Practitioner, all the things you teach, the life coach, the Wolf Non-Surgical is fabulous, and I'm here to get trained and be a master trainer.
So you signed up like about 2 years ago to take a course,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then what happens when somebody tells this amazing lie and we buy into it? Well, we shut our lives down. We shut our lives down for maybe 2 years. You know, I got to tell you something, and I don't care whether they like it or not. I was threatened, but I ran every course. I ran every course until my neighborhood ganged up on me. I had to shut one course down. But we actually, during COVID, we did 6 courses. Hey, Sean?
That's right.
We were pumping into our last course when it was a COVID lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
And we had 26 practitioners, okay, in the house beside mine. Okay, it was a huge house.
Yep.
And we did the course, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we did like secret agent stuff, where we would actually pick the people down up at the car wash, and then we would drive up and we'd open up the garage door and let them off in the garage.
Oh dear.
And then, yeah, and then they would leave. 26 people, and then my practitioners, and then Sean, and then his helper crew. There was 35 people in that house.
Wow.
Yeah, and
And I was signed up to be there.
Yeah.
I've been signing up for every one of your courses
Why
every month.
didn't you come to that one?
Because I'm from U.S. Couldn't fly in.
Oh yeah.
And I
Little
refused to
Justin.
do the different,
Yeah, little Justin, the little communist little bugger.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? He actually despised Donald Trump. So,
Yeah,
but
that's
now
right.
he's happy because Biden and him have the same personality, as far as I can tell.
Right.
This
Yes,
is not a
yeah.
political show, by the way. But the reality is that we're not going to let anybody rule, school, and fool us ever again, are we?
No.
Okay.
No.
No, we're not. And how are we doing down here?
Amazing.
Yeah.
And I feel really blessed because even though I couldn't get to any one of your trainings, it gave me the freedom to practice all of your things. It's life-changing. My emotions are hugely different, as you witnessed this morning with, stories, things to share. I'm much stronger emotionally than I've ever been in my entire life. And
Now,
it was a huge gift to...
If you don't mind.
Yes.
And if you do mind, you can just tell me, okay?
Yeah.
And then if you want to make up another story and not tell them, that's fine. But she's got 2 stories, and I'd like you to tell the stories because, the way that you react and attack, and now she doesn't react and attack. And you're usually not attacking someone, you're attacking yourself. The reaction, this morning what happened, it wasn't on video, but one of the air conditioners combusted and it went off like a bomb, but it was on the porch. And so you can tell everybody's personality on everybody. What did I do?
You just
I
sat
didn't
there.
I didn't even turn around, did I? I just sat there and watched everybody's reaction so we could talk about it.
Yes.
Okay, so you can tell the drama queens and kings. They're already walking, and I go, "Stop!" Didn't I? Nobody's going anywhere.
Yeah.
Everybody, sit down, mind your own business, right? Oh, well, because there wouldn't be enough people running there, right?
Right.
Okay, so everybody was looking. Not everybody. A lot of people were looking for a reason to have an adrenaline rush because they don't know how to love themselves and to actually release the serotonin, dopamine, and all of those good endorphins.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you do? I didn't see you. Were you okay?
I was okay.
Yeah, so anyways, so everything is about how you react. And how you react is not good or bad because how you react is how you were
Programmed.
brainwashed. Now we got to brainwash ourselves. So people come here for me to brainwash them, but I don't want to do that, right? They need to wash their own brain and then put in their own dominant, prominent beliefs.
Yes.
And I do give people that opportunity, don't I?
Yes.
Yeah, we don't need another mini Daryl running around. That would be just awful. So why don't you tell them the 2 stories? And then, try to, we won't embellish it, but say how you would have reacted maybe to these 2 things if you hadn't been learning how to honor, respect yourself and stay connected to your breath and understand what you were created for.
Yep, absolutely. So the first story is my daughter. I'm a single parent of 3 children. They're adults and raised them with no vaccines, no going to the doctors. They were raised at home by me, organic food, being nursed for a year. They had a good upbringing. But my second daughter called me yesterday. She panicked when I left. She has her own self-hate program going on, and I know it's related to the birth because I hated her dad when I was pregnant. So I know that she was turning sides in there, and that's why her cord was all wrapped around her neck a couple times. And she literally had to be pulled out of me. The midwife, I used midwife at home in Alaska for my births, and she put her arms into me to the elbows to pull my baby out, otherwise she would have died. She used the stethoscope, and the heartbeat wasn't beating, so she pulled her out. So my daughter has this self-hate program that, I'm not supposed to be alive, life isn't good, why should I come out? She has all that stuff going on. So I've been trying to love her through her lifetime. However, with me leaving to be down here at Mexico, she panicked and went into a panic mode for a month of being in bed, paralyzed, unable
Can I say
to move.
one thing?
Yes, please.
So, if she was like she was,
Mm-hmm.
then
I would
there
have.
would have been so much guilt. She'd be saying, Daryl, you know what? Maybe you should get that saliva test for me.
So I can go home.
So I can go home to try to repair the damage that I did.
Yeah.
Oh, like you did that. Now, here's the deal. There's nothing wrong with you, but you can't blame other people. You have to take responsibility, and that's what you did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've taken responsibility for myself. My daughter, we talk about this a lot, that, you've got to step up. This is what the birth was like. You've got to learn to love yourself. Her subconscious rules her so greatly that she ended up in the hospital yesterday needing heart surgery. So her organs were all going to shut down. She hadn't been eating or drinking for a
Broken
month.
heart syndrome.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And that's why people die of
Broken heart.
more than any other
Disease or illness, yeah.
on this planet.
Yeah,
Go figure.
yeah. So, but good news.
Yeah.
Because I talked to the doctor this morning. Her heart is she has some bacteria in her heart, but her heart is strong enough that he doesn't have to do surgery. Yesterday, the decision, she's in ICU, and the decision was surgery first thing this morning, rush her to a different hospital, get the surgery done.
It's amazing how a conversation with your mother and to teach you and just go, hey, love yourself, sweetheart. As soon as you change the emotion and you focus on a higher vibration, the bad bacteria can't breed. And some of them will actually convert instantaneously the speed of light. And they do this in lab tests. The bacteria will actually instantaneously turn right back into normal.
Wow.
Hey, well, look at, if I stop beating up on you and I start loving you, would something else happen?
Yeah. So she's not having surgery right away, and I did not feel any kind of an emotional tug towards, I've got to go be there. But the old me would have. I would have wanted to cry. I would have to feel like, oh my gosh. But
And
I
you
didn't
know
feel
what?
like rushing to her at all.
I'm not trying to cut you off, but
Yes.
you know what? She would have actually maybe caused the surgery.
Me or my daughter?
No, you.
Me. Oh.
Yeah, because you're the ambulance coming.
Oh, yes. That's powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah. But instead, I've been peaceful, and I slept all night, and I didn't let it bother me at all, and I didn't call my mother. I didn't call anybody else to tell them what was going on. There's no reason to sound an alarm.
You didn't perpetuate the fear. Wow. That's powerful. And understand, you're going, well, what's this got to do with a New World Practitioner training? Well, I don't know. You can't give what you haven't got.
Yeah.
Did you ever go to a practitioner and they had their emotions together? Did you look at a practitioner and say, wow, I want to vibrate like them?
Yeah.
Not too often.
Big difference. Big difference. Because the old me would have wanted to call everybody, call her sister, call her brother, call everybody, and be crying and be upset, to feel like, oh, feel sorry for us. She's in the hospital. I didn't feel any of that at all.
Love is in the suffering, and that's
Yeah.
what we're taught
Yeah.
from the very beginning.
Yeah.
Love is in the suffering. First, the child comes, they have unconditional love for the child. Child starts walking and talking like mom and dad, and then the punishment starts. Not always, so don't think it's like, water, add water, stir, there we go.
Yeah.
And you had another story.
Yes, I have another story that Daryl talks a lot. Of course, those of you who follow
Daryl talks a
Hello.
lot. Okay, now see how the truth comes out? Daryl
Yeah.
talks a lot.
Daryl
That's
talks a
true.
lot.
Really,
Yeah.
Daryl talks too much.
Yeah.
Okay.
He talks a lot. He gives us a lot of good nuggets. He shares with us things. And he's been talking to everybody on these calls, because I'm usually on these Tuesday calls with you, and I'm also on the Thursday calls, so I paid for the Master Practitioner calls. But often he says you've got to prepare yourself. Everything that's going on in the world, you've got to prepare yourself. So I've been preparing myself with starting all of his protocols last year. And then my sister got sick. So my sister was sick for just a month. And she panicked herself. She was an addict, a drug addict most of her life, and she was homeless. She would make those cardboard signs. She had a pile of them, go to a different corner all the time to beg for money. But we got her one of these. So she had seen that my mother and I were wearing the pendant. So she wanted
Bodyguard. It's called a bodyguard.
a bodyguard, yeah. So we got her a bodyguard because she thought it was really pretty. So we bought her one. And we got her a phone because we wanted to stay in a little bit of contact with her because she was afraid of the COVID things. So she called me up after one day of wearing this. She called me up and she said, I'm actually happy. She'd hated life. She was angry, mean, rude, hated herself. So therefore she hated life. But she called me up and she said, I'm happy. And I actually like people. Can that be possible just from wearing this necklace? And I said, yep, that's the bodyguard. I said, whatever somebody needs the most, it's going to give to you right away. So she changed her life. And the old me would have been, if I hadn't done Daryl's work, I would have panicked and been afraid to be in her company. I wouldn't have really wanted to answer her phone call, afraid of how she's going to get upset with me. So I could be in her presence because I love me first. I come first. I've done a lot of the work. It's amazing. But my sister, yes, I thought you were going to interject. So my sister went through many, many changes in several days of quitting, deciding to quit drugs, deciding to break up with her boyfriend, deciding to not be homeless, to not do signs. She got a ID, she got a bank account, she decided a business she could make where she could wash windshields on a car. And so she got insurance. My mother and I gave her some money to get her insurance. It was really beautiful. And then she was hurting. Her chest started hurting, asked me to take her to a chiropractor. She thought she had a rib out. So I took her to the chiropractor. He said, no, she needs the hospital. Turned out she had stage 4 metastasized lung cancer. And she was gone within a month. But it was so beautiful. It was really beautiful. She accepted it. She unleashed all of her beauty and her kindness to everybody at the hospital, to me. She allowed me to touch her and to massage her. And before, if I accidentally bumped into her, she'd be all really mad at me. And it was just beautiful, beautiful transformation with this. And she passed in a loving way as I was cleaning her face, and she took her last breath. And the old me would have not handled this whatsoever. I would have not have wanted the responsibility of taking care of my sister in my mother's home. But I was a new me, so I knew I could do this, and I knew it was going to prepare me for what was coming in the future.
Do you see what you get? And when you, it's not really the best word, but I have to say this because the world has made us feel that if we actually center into ourselves and nourish ourselves, we're selfish. I mean, you took 2 years before you got here. Doesn't mean you took 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
But you can either struggle every day, or you can struggle to get out of your cocoon and become that beautiful butterfly. And you know what? You can tell me that, oh, my course costs too much, and it doesn't matter what the price would be. You can tell me that you don't have the time. But guess what? None of that's true.
Right.
It's really not true when you're passionate, and this is not about our course. I know we're talking about New World practitioners and our courses and trainings, but it's not even about that. Why is it that you couldn't give to you what you would give to everyone else? Because you were taught that love comes from outside. Love is not the answer. It never was the answer. Okay, it was just an ingredient. It's what you do with it. But it's a self-serve job. So, I could just teach a course. I could just teach the course and talk about the course all the time and never go near the whole self-love thing and self-care. I bet you I would triple my sales. Because everybody goes, you can work on me physically, but don't you dare touch my emotions. Mm-hmm. Don't you dare even go in there. And that's what everybody does. That's why when you're a practitioner, people are going to come to you. First, you want to show them that they don't need to go for knee surgery, hip surgery. They don't need those rods. They don't need that mesh. They don't need that heart stent. I hope you do know that through research, and this is scientific research, okay? Just so you know that only 1 out of every heart surgery done ever needs to get done. I'm sorry, right, 10%. 10% need to get done. But that's without bringing in that's only with bringing the whole plant-based medicine in, like whole plant-based diet, high frequency foods. But as soon as you bring in the master your emotions idea, that's 1 out of 100. And you can believe it or not believe it, but we haven't had anybody come to us who was supposed to get heart surgery that's had it in probably 10 years. So, and you can go, well, probably only had one person. Well, are you like crazy? 92% of the population has an autoimmune disease, and 50% of the population is going to die of heart disease. What do you think of that? 1 out of 2 people are going to die of heart disease, but it'll be written as COVID. So the reality is, where does the lie begin? Where does the truth end? Where does the lie begin? Where does the truth end? Where does it begin? Nobody knows anymore. Nobody knows the truth. Nobody knows the lies. But the reality is that everything I teach is basic and simple. Okay? So don't think that you have to be a genius, because everything I wrote that an 8-year-old could read it. You've read everything. Could an 8-year-old understand everything?
Yes.
Okay, so I will put my practitioners up against any practitioner that's been in practice, gone to school for 4 to 10 years. You heard what I said. And that's them taking just one course. One course, one 28-day course. I will put them up against anyone, and if you want to challenge me, you can call my phone. It's 855-900-4544, extension 5. And I'll pick the person I want from this course. And I will make sure that it's only their first time taking the course. And then you give me a practitioner that can't fix someone, and then we will give them them. Now, why am I doing this? Because I'm telling you, it's not that practitioner's fault. Because everybody's been duped. You've not just been, your therapy's not just watered down, which in the natural health industry, it is really watered down. Most people don't understand scar tissue, displaced calcium. They don't understand that psychological comes before physical. They don't understand that we never had all these surgeries just even 30 years ago. These surgeries never happened because we weren't so inflamed. We didn't create so much scar tissue. We weren't stealing calcium from our bones because the world was not so toxic on a psychological level, then a physical level, then an environmental level. And understand something, everyone, you are not the problem. Corporations are. The elite is the problem. And they're not elite, okay? They're psycho, okay? And they're low vibrational, and they feed off our suffering. And we actually believe that the approved therapies and the approved accreditation diplomas that come from the government and from these systems actually know what they're talking about. They don't know anything. I will meet any doctor, any professor, and I don't care who it is, any scientist, any day on my show. And I do this because I've had enough. Have you had enough? Okay. Are you enough? And what are you worth? So these are things you need to ask yourself, or there's not going to be any growth anyways, so who really cares, right? And then the reality is this. If you're not going to put all your attention into you right now, then what kind of billboard are you for your family? Yeah, and if you're not the family blessing, you're definitely the family curse. So the reality is I'm not trying to sell the New World Practitioner. Of course, to people to become practitioners, yeah, you can do it. And I guarantee you'll make more money than you've ever made before. But I can't give you self-love. And if you have no self-love, you have no confidence. And even if you have no confidence, you might be good at one thing. Oh, how's he doing? Oh, he's good at his work, but he's not good at anything else. How would you like to be good at everything, like your relationships with yourself and your family? How would you like to have a good relationship with nature? How would you like to have a good relationship that when the world is trying to sell you off by 1 piece at a pound, 1 pound at a time, and guess what? And when the world tells you that, guess what? You're a quack. Listen, you call me a quack, you can call me whatever you want, I've been called everything, it doesn't really matter. I'm the guy that gives a money back guarantee. How many natural health practitioners do that? And does big pharma do that? Does the medical system do that? We're not talking about advertising and marketing right now. We're talking about doctors, when they did house calls. And back in Hippocrates' time, you ever hear of Hippocrates? Hippocrates was the father of medicine. He'd roll over in his grave right now because the only thing that's left is the hypocrite. That's where that came from, okay? They did not take the money in Hippocrates' time until the patient was healed.
Oh.
You didn't know that, did you?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah. It's the same thing as when you go to a grocery store and you get home and the fruit and the veggies are bad. You take them back. When we keep on taking fruit and veggies that are made by these corporations, because that's what it is. You go to your local farmer, you're never going to get that. Your vegetables are going to be good for 3 weeks. They got vitality. They don't rot.
Right.
It's their low vibration. So there's a wake-up call going around the world. So understand, this is not about COVID. This is about us being worth less on a continual basis. What do you think?
I agree with you.
Yeah.
And corporations, hospitals, medical, they're all wanting us to feel like we're less and nobody. And I want to share something funny about that. I am so extremely proud. Yesterday I was happy all day, proud for my daughter, because the first thing when she gets to the hospital is they want to do a test, and she said no. And they got really angry with her, and she still said no. And they went into other rooms and talked to her and said, you really need to get this test if you want to be here. And she said, I will not do that. And so one person said, why will you not do the COVID test? And she said, because I don't believe in any of this. And I was so proud of her. I said, you're a warrior. They kept her. They were going to, take her. They weren't going to turn her away is my point. It's not it's not such a rule or law that people think it is. You can still get away with it. But the funnier thing is, she said, then they treated her like she was a disease. And so they won't come into the room until they put everything covered, the hat, the mask, the gloves, the extra thing over their shirt, the extra thing over their pants, the hazmat. They come in hazmat things. And I told her, just keep laughing at them. They're the fooled ones, not you.
So what does that have anything to do about a New World practitioner? Because we better be making a new world. And this is our God-given chance. Things had to blow up. Yeah. So don't you dare tell me that things were going just hunky-dory before COVID, because they weren't. Everybody was already, right? Yeah. Yeah. So this is really good. I think it's really good. Not the pain, not the suffering, not how people are all, nobody dies of anything except COVID now. But that's not why we're here. That's not why we're here. Right. But we are here because guess what? Look at the training people get. Huge. Yeah. And the training hasn't started. No. And so people that have come here, I've been here for 2.5 weeks, and we do our morning meetings. Do you think we've made any headway with anyone?
Some. Yeah, some. Mm-hmm. Some still, they're enjoying being here. Everybody's loving being here, that's for sure. Yeah. They're just not understanding the seriousness of the self-work. Yeah. They're not because the people that are doing the self-work,
because it's still selfish to them. Yeah. Okay, and the biggest thing is that most people and most practitioners bought into the suffering as a way of showing your love, and they're not able to dishonor the dishonoring beliefs that are actually injuring them. Yeah. Yeah, and it'll continue to injure them until they start seeing enough people here rising. Mm-hmm. And just going, not, When we get to the ahas, it's really a beautiful thing. But that's why I changed everything. Like if I was just doing courses in Canada, I couldn't do this. But the reality is people can stay here inexpensive enough and eat really great food. And we just made it part of the curriculum. I mean, and you don't even have to take a course. I mean, we have people dropping in that live in Zihuatanejo, and people that have driven as far as Mexico City to come and join us for our morning talks. Yeah. So the word's spreading. Right now we have about 40. I figure that there'll probably be, by the time let's say another 2 months, 3 months, we'll probably have 100, maybe 150 people at our morning meetings. And they're meetings. They're actually the meeting of self-care and self-love. And people want it. Mm-hmm. And it's like anything else, it's new and it's scary.
But they are making changes.
Yes,
they are. Each one of them is happy to be here. They're committed and determined, and they are making changes. They are. They just don't realize the magnitude of how many more changes they can make when they really dive into it. Yeah. But they are making changes.
Why don't we open up? Let's open up to Zoom.
Rita.
Okay. And please feel free to address your questions for Anya, because she kind of, you've been through all my online trainings, haven't you?
Yeah.
And she's really great. I mean, she's really supporting me. There's a whole bunch of people here that are supporting us, eh, Sean?
There is.
And if they weren't, we'd probably be bald. What do you think, Sean?
Rita sorry, what was the question again?
I'm here. Hello.
Go ahead, Rita.
I see you. How are you guys?
Good.
We're fantastic, thank you.
Can't wait to be there. Oh my God. I can't wait to be there. It's dream come true for me. I'm waiting for this for a year. Dr. Wolf, I love you.
I love you
I
too,
listen
Rita.
to you every day, and you keep me going.
We keep each other going. Remember, Rita, if you weren't there, I wouldn't be speaking. Okay?
Of course,
This
that's
is
the way it
this is teamwork, and you need to get that. And don't ever anybody belittle the fact, because you know what? This is all about teamwork, isn't
Yes,
it? And I tell everybody
absolutely.
when you come here, you're coming to be a leader.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, not look for one.
That's true, and I can't wait to meet everybody.
Well, there's a lot of people to meet,
Yeah.
and
Yay.
they're coming in every day, eh?
Yes.
New ones are coming every day.
Yes.
Yeah, and we have a lot of people coming that aren't coming for trainings or certifications. They just want to hang out and test the water. And we had maybe about 5 people who came with no intention to take the course, and they signed up.
Yeah.
And then we've got other people that came just to be here to find a safety net, and they took too long because October's
Yeah.
too full. So, and wait till you see where we're doing the whole life coaching. It is the most beautiful setting, the most beautiful, oh my gosh, when you see it, it's breathtaking, breathtaking. And then we're going to be doing the Wolf Non-Surgical on the property, and we're getting a huge 30 by 50 tent, and then we're going to dress it all up. Because when we don't have our it built yet, but it'll be air conditioning, there'll be plants, there'll be lights, you know, we'll have all our equipment in there, and people will be able to go from there into the pool, go from there and do their energy medicine, go from there, and we'll have the juice bar open so people can drink as much juice, eat as much veggies all day long.
It's fabulous.
Yeah.
Everything that I have dreamed of. I mean, I always cared what I had in my house. The walls are painted, you know, without chemicals, this and that, and then, but now I see you have done so much work, you guys. I mean, it's such a difficult job to handle all that, but you did it in a short period of time, and you keep doing. I understand. It's not easy, but I'm happy because we can have the best water, we can have the best pool, we can have the best food and juices and organic stuff. And I see that you are building the garden. That's beautiful.
Yeah. The garden right now probably will be finished at the end of the day. The problem is the volleyball net and all that stuff is in the second container, so we're gonna go buy another one because we're not gonna wait, right?
Yeah.
So we ordered another one, so we'll have that all up and running. Yeah, I'd say that everything will be up and running in total in 3 weeks, so. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. That's perfect. I'm coming on the 7th of October.
Yes.
My flight for it got canceled. That's even better, right? I can be there the day before, so.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that you're actually getting out to get in. And everybody, you need to understand this, okay? There is no vaccine needed. There is no vaccine passport needed. There is no PCR test. Okay, you just have to wear a mask when you're chewing and drinking, that's it. And when you leave, if you ever decide to leave, all we do is just a saliva test. So it's really simple. Okay, so people are being told the wrong things, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah. And we'll pick you up at the airport. Did you send your itinerary and also send a picture of yourself? So when we get to the airport, we know that you're there. And when you come, if your last flight is Mexico City, just before you get on the plane, we want you to text us and say I'm on time. That's it. So just send us a picture and your whole schedule, and then let us know when you're boarding the last plane, and we'll be there with bells on. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then she left. All right. Well, we can go to somebody else because I think she, oh wait, no, she's back.
She's here.
Hi. Can you hear me?
It's me.
Yeah.
And is it me? Rita again.
Yes.
Yes.
I know you want me to be here, so it's nobody else.
Okay. All right. Good. So you know you'll send us your picture.
I do, yes. Can you see me? No.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know, but I'm not going to be picking you up though. Somebody else is going to pick you up.
Right.
It might be Todd or it could be Leo. But if they have your picture, then they'll just be able to go, you know, right?
What kind of, the weather is hot, I checked, it's 85 degrees, but I was wondering what kind of clothing, this is my first time talking to you, being here. What kind of clothing do we bring?
Skimpy.
Just summer, right? It's
And
not gonna be
skimpy, light, cotton, and as
Cotton.
light as possible. If the air could flow through it, you will love it. Okay, and just make it as light as possible. Let's put it this way: you're not going to wear much ever.
You'll be,
okay.
you'll wear
And
your,
at the same time, I heard one time you said to bring our supplements, whatever we are taking,
Yes.
everything.
Well,
Right.
okay. We'll have black diamond here, not the black gold. We have the black diamond, which is and I'm telling you, nobody has this humic fulvic on the planet. This humic fulvic, you can take it during a fast, and this humic fulvic does more than people even understand, and we're going to be releasing that in 2 weeks. But I will have it here in bulk. And then I have the daily cleansing tea here in bulk. And if you have a structure unit or you have another purifier, why don't you bring that as well? And bring what other supplements you want. But here's the supplement. The supplement is the people.
Yeah.
The supplementation is mainly the people. You will find you'll eat less, you'll have more energy. The sun will give you that. The ocean with the iodine.
Yep.
There's so much that you're going to get from this that, there's days that I don't even eat. So, and, if we just understood that the most valuable energy we have is invisible, that's all.
Mm-hmm.
Eating is not really a really good way to do things. That's why we want to have a juice bar that has everything good for people, because we want to keep the vibration as high as possible. And also, it gets everybody ready for the course.
Yeah.
You're going to be unraveling your subconscious, and you're going to be unraveling every knot in your body, every joint in your body. So there's a lot of releasing going on, okay? So we want you to keep the vibration high.
Yes, that's right. And all the, the hair dryers and everything that we have, as a woman, those works, right? The one we have.
You just plug them in, Everything works the same.
So we bring everything, okay?
Well, I don't know about everything.
Perfect.
If
Is she in Europe?
Where are you? Where do you live?
I live in Los Angeles. Thank
Okay,
you for
all right.
reminding
She's
me.
fine.
You're
I
fine.
can't see you anymore, but I want to ask you if anybody is coming from LAX on the 7th of October. I would like to know, anybody in the group? Just to say,
Okay. Well, the other thing, Rita, if you're coming too, can we get someone to let her in on the private group, the Braveheart Nation? Let me see. Why don't you send your email and we'll send you the passcode, and then you can we chat amongst us. Hey, we're gonna go see the turtle release, or did you hear there's a really good organic fruit down at this market, or things of that nature, right? So let's make sure we get that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to my guys today, and I'm going to get a web page that's called Ixtapa BraveheartNation.com, and that will have everything on there, all the ins and outs and things that we're doing here, so that the people in the Ixtapa here and everybody who's coming understands what they're in for, and in a good way.
We have a comprehensive orientation guide that Bo's been working very hard on. It explains everything: how to get a phone, if you want to open a bank account, where to go eat, how to take money.
A bank account you can open up in an hour.
Yeah.
Okay. So people think it's complicated. You just need your.
It's a hydro bill
Oh no, your bank statement.
or bank
You
statement.
need your bank statement, your last bank statement, and you need your tourist card and your passport, and it's over. And then when you go to change your money, the pesos, you get a lot more pesos for your money.
That's right.
Okay?
It's,
All right.
it's much cheaper than using an ATM and using your Canadian bank account because they will charge you a conversion fee. Opening a bank account here, you don't have to do that, and it's it's free basically to open it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and to call United States, or if you wanted all of North America, is cheaper down here than the phones up there.
Yeah.
You know, so there's things that, and then there's other things that are more expensive, right?
Certain things like power bars or USB devices or electronics are a little bit more expensive here, but cell phone service is much, much cheaper. You can get an unlimited plan for less than $50 a month, and you can get it right at the convenience store across the street.
Yeah.
Sean, right? That's Sean who is talking. The first part, how I to get into the program you said. I think it's an email. You're gonna send me a link.
Yes, in the chat, Rita, if you see I sent you a message, if you can find it.
And I didn't. Okay.
So you just send me your email there, and it should go. You can send it just to me.
And then we will, because you're coming, we will let you
I'm
into.
always late. I'm sorry. I don't know why, but that's the way I am. Okay, Sean.
Yeah. That's
Darko
right.
Dita.
I'll type it in here for you.
And just understand, because you're coming, we don't want to open up our group chat that we do here, because then you get people coming in, and then you have trolls, and we want to keep it clean.
Right.
This is actually supporting each other. Somebody says, hey, I need some help with this. We don't need anybody coming in on it, right? So it's really about family and creating this knit family. So that's why you have to have an invitation, okay?
Okay.
I mean, we have the Ixtapa World Healing and Training, which anybody can get on if they want to just catch up on things or ask questions, or they want to team up with someone or do something. But the one that talks about, hey, like, this weekend we're having we're going to the sushi restaurant, and we're having a disco party. We're having a disco party, so yeah, so why not? And then, like every couple of days, somebody's got something going on and going somewhere, right?
That's
Yeah.
right. All
Yeah.
the time. Lots of activities.
Yeah, and then, you know what, you can, I mean, if you wanted to, you can end up going to town every other day if you wanted to.
Or the beach.
Or the beach. There's someone going somewhere that you can go somewhere and do something interesting every day.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Okay?
So maybe I should ask Sean later about the money part. I did not hear very well because he was talking and
What
it
money?
was hard to understand. Do we bring cash money?
Well, no,
Okay.
just bring your US dollars, open up your bank account right away, and you'll get more pesos than you would if you did it in the States. End of story.
Okay.
We,
Okay, I got it.
we're getting our groove down here, okay?
Okay. Hey.
Yeah, we're figuring it out, We won't,
I know.
we'll be locals pretty soon. We'll have it nailed. We've got a team of 40 people here
Yeah.
that are bringing in gold nuggets every day, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so,
Yes.
yeah. Yeah. All right, are we good, Rita?
Yes. I'm happy. I can't wait. So I will see you soon.
Yeah.
That's it.
See you
Yeah.
soon, love.
Okay.
All right, next. Anybody else?
Hi. Yes, hi, it's Monique in Quebec. How
Hi.
are you, everybody?
How you doing, sweetie?
Hi, Monique.
I'm doing good.
Good.
We're flying out next Monday. Looking forward to getting together with all the beautiful Bravehearts.
Yeah.
And I have a gentleman and his wife that want, it's a bit far as well from this little town, want to drive down to Ixtapa and join the guys. They want to stay and not come back. So I'm just wondering, is that feasible? Probably.
We have people
Who would they
that
contact?
we have people that have paid for a year already to stay here at the palace. Okay?
Great.
But we have people that have come down that are gonna stay, that are staying here for the course, and then they're gonna go out and look for a place to live when they find their own little thing. You gotta understand something. We will help anybody do anything. They can come down here, not take any courses, no trainings, no treatments, and they can come to the to the morning trainings for free and just enjoy their life. I mean, we're here to help them.
So it is feasible for them to move down there?
Yes, yes, and understand, do not think you can do the paperwork there. It's not going to happen. Everything is being stopped and blocked. You could look at 6 months to 8 months. So, I mean, the reality is you get here and we've got connections and it's gonna be easier than you think. But we'll let you, but that, it's called, we will tell you on a need-to-know basis when you get here and you want that, okay?
Sure.
All right, so whenever, if you need something, you gotta understand something, okay? Once you get the lay of the land, you don't go through all the hoops and the jumps and all this stuff. Let's just say that, okay? All right?
Yep.
Okay.
And you need to let me know if you want me to bring anything from Canada as far as products are concerned, and then waiting on Tara for that.
Okay, I will go talk to Tara after the show.
Merci beaucoup. See you soon.
See you soon, love. Anybody else?
What was the right January, I think, and I can't remember. I think it was within the new year, so from the time of when I was pregnant with her. And,
1 second, 1 second. Whoever's
That's
talking.
Amanda.
It was
Okay.
around April when I.
Amanda,
Amanda, you need to, I think your microphone is oriented strange.
That started in April, so it would be sometime after that, I would expect. I can't remember the top of my head what the exact,
Amanda,
it's all 2012
Amanda.
data, yes, and then.
Amanda,
she
please,
was
1 sec,
in-
1 sec.
I released it was November of that year.
I don't even
She was
know.
born in August and then released. We were in the hospital for 11 weeks.
Amanda,
So I just put the calendar here. I'm like, okay, no, everything happened. It's fine, right? I just don't.
Okay, you're gonna have to mute her.
Okay.
Hi Amanda, can you, or there, or she muted?
okay. Next. Amanda, if you can hear me right now, you were talking and you were coming in really muffly. Nobody could understand anything. So we weren't even sure if you were talking to us, okay? If you'd like to come back on, maybe you could talk slower and clearer. How's that, Sean?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, you want to try again, Amanda? Or is she gone?
I think she was talking on the phone to someone else.
Okay, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, anybody else? Okay,
Oh, is that Callie? You'll have to unmute.
you have to unmute.
There you go.
Okay.
Hi.
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 Just ask you, I'm taking the estrogen. I have to take estrogen every day for the next 3 years, and it gives me hot sweats every day.
Why do you have to take, 1 second, why do you have to take estrogen for the next 3 years?
Well, I had a lumpectomy about 18 months ago.
I think that when, 1 second, when you come, I don't want to get into it right now, but I can already see that you're not dealing with your issues.
Yeah.
So when you're taking estrogen, you're coming in through the back door to try to fix the front door, and it's not going to
Yeah.
work. So if you want to monkey around with your hormones when your hormones are not the problem, I just want to say that. Your hormones are not the problem. Your hormones have become the problem because of the infection and the inflammation you've got going on so bad in your body that's just screaming murder right now.
Yeah.
So no. So you can come down here and you can get
Yeah.
anything that you want. If you really want that estrogen, you're going to get it. But the reality is, if you start working on your emotional and you start working on the nutritional and you start really doing it, like putting the time in and doing this,
Yeah,
hormonal balance will be yours forever.
brilliant.
That's
Brilliant
it.
to hear.
And you know, I can say this. I didn't tell you to stop taking your estrogen. I said start caring for yourself and stop trying to be a mad scientist and try to
Yes.
fool your body. Stop trying to fool your body.
Well, it's the estrogen blockers, apparently.
Oh, okay, 1 second.
My God.
When you're out of balance emotionally and physically,
Yeah.
you are out
Yeah.
of balance hormonally, but these
Okay.
these two had to happen before this one happened. So what if we were to get in balance emotionally and physically, and then we'll get you tested, and then you'll go, well, what happened? What happened? Well, you're in balance, girl.
Thank you.
Okay.
I love you, Doctor. I love you. Can I just say one other thing?
Yeah.
When I come over, can I bring a lovely rose bush to plant in your garden?
Absolutely, you can, but I don't think they'll let you in with it.
Oh,
Okay? So bring your, oh, no, I can't bring seeds either.
no. I'll buy one in Mexico.
Huh? There you
Buy
go.
one in yeah.
But you know what? The best rose of all will be you, sweetie.
I'll plant myself there then.
Okay, you plant yourself here. Okay.
Yeah.
I love you. I love you. Lovely to hear you, Andrea.
Yeah, thank you, Callie.
Lovely story. Lovely.
Thank you. Thank
Okay.
you.
All right.
Okay, we got Susan next.
Susan, go ahead.
Oh, I got the dates wrong and started the water fast yesterday, but I forgot how much of the SON formula you said to take.
Okay, well, why are you taking it?
I still have cancer, and you had said on one of the calls that people that have cancer need to be on the SON formula during the water fast.
Yeah, because guess what? Now we're going to have, if you do that, you have all this amino acid uptake, and everybody's going to go, oh yeah, but that takes a lot to die. No, it doesn't. And what you can do though, I would like you to blend the sauna, okay? Right in with, okay, just blend it up into a powder, make it easier, okay? And then you can just put it in your water, okay? And I just don't want your digestive tract to have to be turned on at all. So when you do it, do that, and you could do it like, okay, you could do it like every 2 hours, 4 times a day, and you're gonna go, wow, this is incredible. I'm losing weight. I have energy. Man, that's what you would do. But then you're looking at 8 a day. So I don't want to break anybody financially. So I want everybody to understand something. When I tell people things, I'm not trying to boost sales up. I mean, I don't know if anybody noticed, but I hardly even talk about products, right? We put sales on for people. But I am going to do this. I am going to do not a commercial, but just a product info on every product, aren't we, Sean?
That's right.
Once the products are here, because not too many, but many people are saying, why don't you do this? Why don't you do it? So we're just going to do it. We're going to take one day. I'm just going to do it off the cuff. I'm going to tell you if I was you or in this situation or this situation. So each product will probably be 5 to 10 minutes long. And then if anybody has questions, they can call my staff or myself. We just don't, I will tell you, I promise you I'll always carry the best products in the world. Okay? But we just don't want to look like a product company or become that. We want to become an information place where people can get their power back, get all their power back. Because the reality is we could sell you so many more products if we don't let you get your emotional together. But you get your emotional together, everything is frequency. That's why this war that we're in right now is based on stealing your emotions and causing you to crash with your immune system. They know they can get in that way. They said, why should we poison them? Let's just go in through their mind and poison them, because even if something's a lie, if you believe it's true, it has the same consequence. Okay.
And the C60 is a no during the fast, correct?
Okay, I just had that discussion today, and I'm going to tell you something. Would you hold it in your mouth for 5 minutes?
I do.
Then it's completely water, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if you held it in your mouth for 5 minutes, so I'm not going to say this on the fasting Q&A tomorrow because it's Dr. Wolf is trying to sell more product. So, but I will tell you the truth. If you take the coconut oil or the hemp oil, not the olive oil, and I'm going to stop carrying the olive. But if you do the hemp oil or the MCT oil, especially the MCT, because if you buy the MCT oil, you do know that you get 1/10 more C60 than any other of the C60s. So you get more bang for your dollar. Now, if you put that in your mouth and you hold it for 5 minutes, move it around your mouth, mix the saliva into it, and I guarantee you it's just only water. And the uptake of the C60 isn't happening in your stomach. It's going to happen in your mouth. So that's the same. You can do the iodine, you can do the C60, you can do the silver, but I don't push it, but you can do the liquid silver. Again, you just put the silver in your mouth and you hold it for 5 minutes, not 1 to 2. 1 to 2 minutes, 2 minutes with the C60 means that you've emulsified it, that then it can be uptaked. But you leave it in your mouth for 5 minutes and it's gone. So yeah, you can do it. And I'll tell you right now, I'd be doing it because wait till you see what you're going to do. And I want to say something that's very controversial, and I'm going to say it before it blows up in my face. Okay? So we know that the graphene in the jab, okay, has been programmed so when they turn the 5G on, all of those little particles are going to come together like an antenna so that they can actually start transforming you into what they want. It's coming, so just know I'm not going to get into it. I don't want to make a political thing here, but our product, the graphite in it, you got to understand something. It has the highest vibration of rewiring your brain, rewiring your body. And with the studies they've done, do you know what they're saying? That the C60 unravels the graphite or the graphite in the jab. And this is what they've studied. And you got to understand, that's the way it is. You know, you're always going to have something that creates the illness, and then you take, that's a negative, and you take the same thing that has the same it has the positive frequency, and when it comes together, it negates it. And that's the way it's always going to work. And that's what Einstein said. E equals mc squared. You take the energy positive that is the same frequency, but in a positive, and it will remove this. So as love can get rid of hate, as self-love can get rid of all disease, because self-love is a rainbow of colors. It's vitamin L from A to Z. So everything is frequency. And understand, essential oils, our essential oils, the C60, everything that you take, you got to look at the frequency and the vibration. Don't go by what they say is in it. You can get somebody selling C60. Look, whether you want to believe this or not, but 95 to 98% of all C60 is fraudulent in North America. I can tell you the biggest companies are fraudulent in the way that you're not getting what they say you're getting, and they're not. You can listen to my audio video. I'm not trying to put them down. I didn't mention any names. Just like our humic fulvic, we have the only patented process in humic fulvic that we can extract the heavy metals all of our humic fulvic. We can actually build our humic fulvic so that in the future we're going to be building our humic fulvic to actually treat specific conditions because of the way that we can filter and process, and we're the only humic fulvic plant in the world that's been accredited by any government agency because of our purity. So I don't have a ton of products, but the ones I do, they're the most important, and then you've got to take them as far as you possibly can. I hope that answered your question.
It did. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Anybody else? Okay. Good. then I think we're done for the day.
Well, remember we have a special presentation.
Oh, yes, we do. Okay, we're not done for the day. Okay. Let me see if there's any questions here. Oh, yes, we do. Oh, there we go. Gotta hear me twice. Do you do, oh, here we go. Are you ready? Okay. Let me get these. What about women that's had hysterectomies? Well, for one thing, if you had a hysterectomy, it's because you were pooping in your pelvis, girl. Okay, and that's the truth. There's no better way I can say it. You know, why would you have a hysterectomy? Okay, well, you have a hysterectomy because you actually had root rot first, and then what happened is that your pelvis was rotting out. Okay, but before that happens, you get infection, which goes to inflammation, and then you create scar tissue because inflammation is like a barbecue. And it's burning your ovaries, your uterus, your fallopian tubes, your bladder, and all the connective tissue in your pelvis. Yeah, so now your pelvis looks like a spider web until it grows a fibroid and a tumor. And the reason why you got to get that cut out, and you didn't have to get it cut out. If you came here and they said you needed a hysterectomy, if you really did what we said, depending on how bad it is, you might have to be here for 3 weeks to 3 months, depending how bad it is, how long you let it go. But it's scar tissue. If you can restore the vibration, if you can restore the integrity of the large intestine, and then you can remove the scar tissue by bringing up the vibration, then you wouldn't have had a hysterectomy. And after the hysterectomy, now you've got a ton of scar tissue in there. Okay, so you're not going to get this big block of scar tissue. You lost your ovaries, lost your uterus. You lost a lot of your feminine power. You can get it back, but you would have to change your mind, which means you'd have to change your personality, okay? Because we are spirit beings first and foremost, okay? So you can override things, okay? But you would need to come down and you might want to take a look at Cellsonic. It's a device we have. Then you want to look at the Wolf Non-Surgical. And we'll take all that scar tissue apart. And the first treatment we do on you, you're going to go, I feel free down in my pelvis for the first time. And did you ever think of maybe doing vaginal infusions where you put the silver bullet in, the infinite iodine, the frankincense, and the fulvic bright eyes, and you mix them together, and then you put them into your vagina about 1 to 3 times a day. 3 times would be great. And then if we could get you to put a rectal vibrator, oh, you're going to love this one. But put a rectal vibrator in and then vibrate and then maybe even do a CBD suppository in the rectum, we're going to take your pelvis back. Okay, but you've got to restore your large intestine, and at the same time, let's do the ultimate coffee enema and really purge that liver. You got your life back now, girl. Okay, and that's it. So guess what? I'm crippled. No ovaries, no uterus, no fallopian tubes. But understand something. You're bigger than this. Okay? You are a light energy, electrical, magnetic spirit, and your feminine power is so huge. Let me see here, what else? How do I get in balance? Well, I would tell everybody that it's impossible to get in balance in a consultation. Go do my Braveheart training, go to Masterclass, go to Masterclass on my website, click on Masterclass, click on the Braveheart emotional training, and then put in the word Braveheart free, and you can have it for free. That's where you start. Also, go in and take a look at the perfect day, the 4 pillars of the perfect day in my library. That's where you can start. But if you really want to get it together, don't go to me. Go to someone else if you'd like. But I believe that if people don't do my whole life coach for 8 days, good luck with that. You know, you're going to get strategies, but you're going to limp along. I mean, Anya, why don't you tell them how hard you've worked for 2 years to get to where you got to? And we wouldn't say that you were screwed up, would we? We'd say that you were the average person, right?
Yeah, I was the average person. I thought I had everything together. I thought I was going to be able to create a business without having to do any work on my own. I didn't realize that my emotional created my physical. I thought my physical was just that bike accident and falling off that horse and all the other injuries I had. I didn't realize that some of these and all of them can now be released with the emotional work. It's so freeing. That's all I can say. Is just this emotional freeing has been work. It has been work. I've practiced at it. In the beginning, I couldn't look in the mirror. I'd look to fix my hair or something, but I usually avoided the mirror. Walk by, but don't look. Now I love the mirror. Now I can be in the mirror. It's all about me, and I can I do love me in front of the mirror and in front of the camera. But
And
it's
you-
taken a while. You just gotta
and
work
you know
at it.
what? You can think what you want, but you know what she just did?
Mm-hmm.
She just let the little girl out of jail.
Mm-hmm.
Really? And you're going to judge her for that? Shame on you.
Yep.
Shame on you. Okay, so that's what I say to people, because your subconscious just went, wow, doesn't she think good of herself?
Yes,
Well,
I do.
thank God, or she'd be terrorizing the whole palace.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Do you do blood tests to see what our bodies need or missing? Well, first of all, I'm going to say this, and you don't have to believe it, but we have the most professional, sensitive, in-depth thermography test in the world. Gives you a 6-page report. It'll tell you if you've got precancer cells, cancer cells. It'll tell you where you need work, where you don't need work. Okay, and then we have the most sensitive testing, heavy metal test, and nothing works as good as this. I'm telling you, it doesn't. Okay? And if you still want a blood test, Dr. Ross Anderson, who's one of the best blood testers and teachers of that in the world, is setting up his lab here. All right. So I hope that's good enough. Okay? I'm so happy to testify of the good work. Okay, wait, no, that's wrong. We just had somebody trying to do some advertising on Facebook. She always does this. They get paid to do it. What is that product called to boost your energy? It's called SON formula. SON formula. But understand something. Anything that is high vibration, our black diamond will boost your energy. The SON will boost your energy. The ATP Plus will boost your energy. Okay, listen. Having a poop will boost your energy.
A coffee
Having
enema
2 or
will.
3 of them, a coffee enema, an ultimate coffee enema
Yeah.
will boost your energy.
Yep.
Okay, I'll tell you what'll really boost your energy.
The water fast.
Smiling when you refuse to. Yeah, you might want to try that. Okay, I hear it works. Okay, did you ever notice about sad people? They have no energy. Did you ever notice about depressed people?
Yeah.
They've been sad forever. And do you know why they're sad? Because they've been having little tantrums forever. Okay, all right? So you can think I'm making fun of you, but I'm not. All you had to do was smile, put your shoulders back and go, I got this. I got this. You go around saying that. That's your new program. Let me see. ATP will do that too. You're right. Your products, just got them. A suggestion, please. Bottles are much easier to read. Black small print on white. Okay, all right. Thank you. I'll fire Nat. Okay, there it is. That's over. Do you have a list of what I need to bring when I arrive for my course in October? What do you need to bring?
They'll get an email
Well, bring
sent
a
out.
structure. Yeah, you get an email.
Yeah.
Did you not get the email when you joined the newworldpractitioner.com?
Right.
You get an email, but you bring your structure water unit because you want to put everything through. Even the juices that we do, put them through it again. Okay? What else do you want to bring? Well,
Swimsuits.
swimsuits, fun clothing. You're not going to be wearing a lot. Okay, just know that.
Yeah.
Oh, and you can get your laundry done right across the street inexpensively.
Yes,
And they
yes.
do an amazing job. So don't worry about laundry.
Yeah.
Well, we've got to. We've
got it.
Things
We've
are
got
done
it.
for you. They're done. They're done.
Yeah.
They're done. Just come have some fun. Okay. Let me see. What else do you bring? Lots of smiles. And if you don't come with a smile, we'll make sure we find you one. Maybe a million. What do you think?
Yeah. We have smiles all over the place.
We got
we
smiles
can get
everywhere.
you some.
Oh, you can't. You're not going to be able to help yourself but smile.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We're not going to let that happen. Joanne, my husband just had open heart surgery with complications at the age of 58. Love to come. Let me tell you something. We could turn it right around. Too bad he's walking around with a broken heart, eh, Joanne? He doesn't think that he gets the love he deserves. Meanwhile, he's probably obsessed about working, and he doesn't realize that if he paid enough attention to caring for himself, then other people could care for him too. But the reality is us men are taught that that's how we get our love, is to work hard enough to have a heart attack. Okay. Can you help people? Just know this. The heart can be, believe it or not, the heart can be 98% blocked and you can still reverse it. No way. Well, let's just say if you stopped right now and you did the things that we asked you to do, it can't get worse. It only gets better. And within days, you'll see it. And within just 3 weeks, you could go back to the doctor and he'll want to just, we need to do another x-ray because they must have switched it with someone else. Yes, I'm sure they did. Okay. Can you help people with a deviated septum? Well, absolutely. And how about this? I'll make you a deal. If you come here, it'll take me 5 to 7 minutes. I hope that's not too long. Okay, because that's how long it takes. And I'm not making this up. Okay? Or you can get surgery where it's going to cause more scar tissue, and then you'll get to go back in 2 years and do it again. Yeah. Or you won't want to because of all the blood and the pain you're going to go through. Or you could have me creating a little bit of pain for 5 to 7 minutes, and you don't have to pay if you can't go, oh, wow, that's amazing. Wow. Okay, so there it is. Understand something. For every problem, there's a drug and there's surgery. Okay? All right? The body forgot how to heal. And no, it's not scar tissue. It's not displaced calcium. It's not crystallization. Then what the heck is it? Okay? All right. Let me see here. Hysterectomy, Pam, hysterectomy 20 years ago, no hormones now, hot flashes, low energy. Yeah, but guess what? You had the hysterectomy, and now you're all jammed up, girl. Okay? And all we got to do is get your bowels moving better, get your liver cleansed out, and no more hot flashes. Why do women have hot flashes? Well, because their hormones are out of balance, Dr. Wolf. No, that's not true. It's because what happens is, with the hysterectomy, we got more scar tissue, which means now the circulation is down. The more infection you have, right? Okay, why do we, just answer this question, everyone. Why do we get a fever? We get a fever to burn off infection. Why does a woman have constant hot flashes? To burn off infection. So the more she's jammed up in her pelvis, okay, or when she's going through menopause, she's never ever really cleansed properly. And you have to understand the period is why women live longer and they're stronger. The period gets rid of the worst toxins every month. So, blame it on the bleeding, but the bleeding is what keeps you long and strong so that there's love in the oven if you get pregnant. That's what it's mainly for, but the side effects, you get to live longer and stronger than men. So there's the bonus for bleeding once a month. But when it slows down, the worst infection that's been in your body's been alleviated, and you never would have had cramps throughout your life if you had a good poop and your liver was clean. And if you got away from the dairy, you did some food combining, some other things. And you know what? You can say, I don't know what I'm talking about, but I do. Thank you very much. Okay? Now, so I don't care. You give me 30 days, and that's the longest it would take. You give me 30 days, and the period's going to be like, whoa. If I wouldn't have seen it, I didn't know I had it. Or you give me 30 days, and even after the hysterectomy, she doesn't have it anymore because I got to deal with the scar tissue too. Remember that. Every time you feel a cramp, every time you feel a spasm, every time you have blood clots, you got scar tissue because you're so inflamed in your pelvis. And pretty soon you're going to have hip surgery because your pelvis is so inflamed, you're eating away at your hip bone, and you're going to create all kinds of scar tissue there, which you don't have to have surgery. You come in here with a cane and they say you need surgery. You come and get therapy. I'll give you your money back if you go to surgery. You heard what I just said, didn't you? Okay, you are an amazing healing machine. You are. And guess what? They want every piece of you. Okay? They don't just want to take your pieces. They want to put robotics in. Oh, like that's not happening. No, everything is about that. What do you think the jab's about, you little robot? Okay? It's all about preparing you. So the more instrumentation they get in you, they want everybody with an implant. Everybody needs to have an implant. Okay? All right. Sharon, if you do not have a thyroid, should you use both the infinite iodine and the infinite iodide? I would just use the infinite iodine for infection fighting. You will get the iodide as well. You still have your parathyroid, and iodine is used for many things. There's two things that communicate to the cells and is the biggest cell communicator in the human body. calcium ions and iodine ions. And isn't that kind of funny how they stopped putting iodine in all our foods in 1974, switched it out for bromide to block the iodine, and every woman blew up, and her thyroid blew up, okay? And she became emotional. Yeah, like that wasn't a plot either, okay? And talking about a plot, I have a therapist in Canada that works for the RCMP, and she doesn't believe in all the stuff going on. They just gave her 2 weeks leave of absence, and you know why? They're checking out as a conspiracy theorist terrorist. Welcome to Canada, everyone. Okay, all right. So I'm just telling you, things are getting crazy. Let me see what else we got here. Oh, what? Okay, Pam, what's your opinion? Progesterone after surgery. Okay, I got to tell you something right now. Everything is about blockages.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is about, you get rid of the blockage, you get rid of the problem. So if you give me an organ or a joint or a tissue, doesn't matter where in the body, it's all about blockages. You can't have pain, you can't have imbalance without a blockage. And that's why I push clapping so much. I mean, clap yourself to health. Go look in my library, get yourself a clapper, get yourself a belly button therapy kit, get yourself a pelvic expander, learn how to do the pelvic squats, open up your dang legs. Oops, open up your dang legs, okay? And you gotta open up your legs, and I'll tell you why. Because they put us on the toilet because now we're royalty, but now we keep our legs closed. And then guess what? Isn't it kind of funny how we believe that people in India that use one hand for eating, one hand for cleaning their butt, we think they're dirty.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I don't know a butt that gets cleaned with toilet paper, do you? Seriously. So I'd rather wash it, okay? And the reality is it gets clean, and that's what you call that's sanitary, that if you really want to do it. So the reality is now they stick us on the toilet, so we don't squat to poo, we don't squat to pee. My God, we don't even squat to have the babies anymore. We used to, not me, but only wished. Okay, so, but you know, when you used to squat to give birth, that was a natural birth. But then Henry VIII, he was a bit of a pervert. He put a hole in the wall, and he had to peek at all the women. So I guess maybe they're still doing it because they still won't let you squat. I don't know. I can't keep up. Okay, Lynn, I just received the pineal and the eye drops yesterday. I'm going to call for some instructions. I am sensitive, very sensitive to things. Well, you also are very sensitive emotionally. You're not sensitive to physical things unless you're sensitive to emotional things. Psychological before physical. So watch out how sensitive you are. Oh, I love this one. I'm an empath. Really? No, I think you're injured. Okay? Seriously. Okay? I feel everything that's going on with people. Do I?
Yeah.
Right away, don't I? I tell them exactly what's going on. But I'm not going, oh, I can feel it. I can feel your pain. I mean, really? Dr. Wolf, please, get your head together.
Yeah.
Seriously. Okay? Let's like be a Braveheart warrior here. And let's feel people and observe, and let's support them. Let's not suffer with them.
Yeah.
And that's what everybody's doing, you know. That's the latest thing. You know what? I was called an empath. Oh, that's really cool. Great. I can't wait. Okay. And I'm not trying to be sarcastic, but I think I am.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Who do I call to book accommodation? Call me. 855-900-4544, extension 5, and I'll make sure that you get booked, okay? Or talk to Tara, okay? You can do that. And they're hiring, as of Tuesday or Wednesday, English-speaking people at the front desk.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a blessing.
Hey, it's amazing what happens when it's amazing what happens when you fill up a hotel.
That's
okay?
good.
Polly, can we bring a cat when we want to stay for a while? We'll probably eventually rent or buy. You know what? I would tell you this. They tell you can't bring dogs, but there's a German Shepherd here. They can't bring
And a
dogs,
black
but there's
lab.
2 other dogs here too. 3 dogs.
3, yeah.
So you know what?
A Chihuahua here the other day.
I would bring your cat. I would check in and make sure that your cat is got good habits. Okay? And I never said this. Okay? All right? Cut this out of the show. No. But you bring your.
We're live, Daryl, so.
I know that. Bring your cat. And that's that.
Oh, yeah.
But if he makes a mess, I never said it. Okay, there it is. Okay, I never really had hot flashes. I view them as power surges. Haha. Lynn. Wow, really? I should try that out. Okay. Lighthouse. Live you, Dr. D. Okay, all right. Okay, I'm not going to read the rest. When people are saying mushy things to me, I just leave that alone for now. Kim. Him. No period pain. Crap. I've had bad period pain all my life. My poops. These days. LOL. 3 a day. Inflammation. No doubt. Yeah, it's like this. You know what? Okay. So the reality is you can have 3 poops a day, but what do they look like? You know, I know people that are going 3 poops a day, and I'm dealing with them right now, and they've got bowel cancer, rectal cancer. They've got a tumor, a vaginal tumor. I've got a lady that goes poops 3 times a day, and she's got a fistula. Do you know what that is? From not pooping. And that actually created a hole, and she's dripping poop into her vaginal canal right now. And we're trying to get that sealed up, but I shouldn't say trying to. We sealed it up in 5 days.
Yeah.
It was sealed up. We did it with a little bit of vibration, a rectal vibrator, and with the CBD suppository bullets that we have. And then she did the vaginal infusion 3 times a day. 5 days, completely healed.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay? If you get rid of the infection, you get rid of the inflammation. If you get rid of the inflammation, you get rid of the bad bacteria. If you get rid of the bad bacteria, you get rid of the eating away and making a hole. Okay, got it.
I just have to say, all this stuff is so fabulous. It's amazing. It's fun.
Yeah. So I guess I just had a hole in one. You know what? I gotta do this stuff because I think I'm gonna go crazy because everybody knows how busy I am. I mean, I get out of here and I try to walk to my room and it takes me like an hour.
Yeah, right.
Right?
Dr. Wolf, Dr.
Yeah,
Wolf.
just one more
Dr.
thing.
Wolf.
Just one more thing.
I have a question. I just want to say
Yeah,
something.
yeah. Do you see my legs are crossed? There's a reason. Let me
You
go
know,
to the
that's a new show idea.
Let me go to the
New show.
bathroom. Let me go to the bathroom. Jeepers creepers. Who do these people think they are? Needy. God. Okay, Deborah, I'm an ESL teacher. I wonder if I can find work and move there. 20 years experience. Let me tell
Very
you something.
possible.
Very possible. You know what? I'm going to tell you something right now, and you can believe it or not believe it. In 6 months, there's no room in this hotel. They'll be staying in other hotels. They'll be buying places to live. We are going to do whatever we can to create jobs for everyone. We've got people in the entertainment industry moving down here. We have the most powerful and renowned constitutional lawyer in Canada that's fighting the actual crimes that are going on in Canada. And she said, no, I'm not going to come down. And now she says, I'm coming down. Okay, I can't fight a war with bullets going past my head. I'm coming down there so I can keep my act together so we can help people in Canada. I said, that's a good idea. So yeah, you know what? It's like this. Nobody said you had to suffer for them, but at least let's go and support them. And let's do what we can, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Carol, do you know if there are any need for nurses in the area? Okay, ready for this? We are going to be doing infusions down here with ionic calcium, and we're going to be doing it with other things. We also have a hyperbaric chamber. We got lots of things that are going to be going on. We have 25 offices here, and they said they'd build another building. If they come, we will build it, right? So we'll fill this first, and we're filling it pretty fast, aren't we? The first building is one of the biggest ones, and we filled that in 3 weeks. 3 weeks, we filled it. Okay, there's 220 rooms here. We're already on the second building now, aren't we?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So they're moving fast because COVID knocked the you know what out of this place, right? But we're bringing it back fast, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're bringing it back really quick. John, are there any rooms still available? There's tons of rooms here still available at the Ixtapa Palace during the October course. Yeah, but John, if you didn't sign up for the course, there's no room in the course. There's one space left for the Wolf non-surgical. That's it. I haven't got one space in the whole life coach. And that's only because somebody canceled just 20 minutes before I walked in the room here because they're going to stay and help their mother that's in a nursing home. What causes gout? Stress is one of the main things, along with beer, alcohol, sugar, flour, ice cream. Okay, it's crystallization and displaced calcium in your toe. That's why it feels like somebody has taken broken glass and it hurts. Okay? Just look at the way you're treating yourself. You're mistreating yourself, and you're doing too many treats. Okay? All right, honey, do you want a treat? No, don't need goat. Thank you. Okay. Pamela, unfortunate that the pastor was handcuffed and taken to jail in Canada. Yeah, but you have to understand something. You haven't seen anything yet. Come November, it'll be like there'll be no logic. They'll be rolling in the tanks. And I don't mean it physically, but they'll be rolling in the tanks. It'll be like, wow, I can't believe all the science is falling apart. You know, they've lost the battle, but they're going to win the war.
Yeah.
Because guess what? It is so easy to bribe a human. I'm just doing my job. Really? Yeah, I am. I'm just doing my job. I have an inflammatory diet. I don't think much of myself. So, you know, I'm off to work. And you can say, don't you make fun of people? Well, tell me that's not what we're dealing with. You know, if you were eating high vibrational food and you loved yourself and cared for yourself, you wouldn't be doing any of this, right? And understand, do you know how many people are going to buckle? So when your family buckles and takes the jab, you be nice to them. They can come down here and we will help them unravel that. You be nice to them. They felt there was no way out. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's be nice to the maskers, be nice to the jabbers, and be nice to everyone, because when this is over, you don't want egg on your face, because they're going to do it anyways. They're our brothers and our sisters.
Yeah.
Okay? Elizabeth, Dr. Wolf, I know a beautiful Amish woman who has developed a tumor just below her eye, and the raw wound won't close. You can have her call me 855-900-4544 extension 5, and let's just close it for fun. Let's close it for fun. And then we'll have her come on the show, or we'll prove that it's closed. How's that? Just for fun.
Yeah.
Okay? What can I do to heal my intestines? I've got Crohn's disease. Well, talk about eating yourself out, eh? Wow. And people with Crohn's do not have a lot of love for themselves, but they don't even know they don't. Nobody knows they're running the program. I mean, did you get that this morning? When we went and asked everybody, what is your chokehold?
Right.
What's the chokehold? What's choking you? Mm-hmm. Did you understand that the people around the circle did not see they're running that program?
Right.
Until I went da-da-da-da-da?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Did we do that this morning?
Yes, that was this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways, understand something. We're choking ourselves. We're actually doing the psycho elite's job and killing ourselves. And I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't like that name, elite. We got to give them a different name. So if somebody could come up with a different name that everybody would know what that means, because they're not elite.
True.
There's only about 20,000 of them. But think about this: 20,000 of them hog-tied 7 billion. Mm-hmm. Wow. What are the odds? Okay. Well, I'd say 20,000 to 7 billion. Okay. All right. Revel, what I can do to heal my intestines, Crohn's disease? Well, I'll tell you something right now. First, what we got to do is we got to get you conscious, meaning that you are observing the way you're reacting to things. The next thing is we've got to get you to stop going the medical route. Think about it. Every time you went home more scared, and the stuff they give you only worked for a while, and then it turned on you like a snake. Seriously. And Crohn's disease is called also lead pipe disease because you are eating holes in your intestine, usually in the small intestine, which means now that you will probably, if you don't get rid of it, you'll lose 10 to 15 years off your life. And that's just the way it goes because your nutrition is going down the hole. And then all these trapped protein particles and any bugs or bacteria are going through the holes into your bloodstream, and they're playing havoc on the rest of your body. Okay? Low testosterone in men, can it be healed naturally? Of course it can be. And just know the low testosterone, he also probably doesn't feel like much of a man, or he's doing a very toxic diet on top of it. But the first thing is, low testosterone, it could be this. Unable to have children. That can cause it, believe it or not. Somebody cheated on him. He's not much of a man, is he? So then the testosterone comes down. Or he thinks that he's not for something that somebody said or somebody did. But we have a device here that will bring that back, okay? And it will, because everything is frequency, right? Everything is frequency. I can't get up and I can't produce. Okay, then that means you're pretty down, right? Okay, all right. DOHNE, planned infusions, high dose intravenous C is proven very safe. Yeah, well, whatever. I think that C is great. It's the go-to, but C60 is 250 times stronger than vitamin C. So you better get that. It's way more powerful than intravenous vitamin C is C60, and that's already proven. Hi, Anya. This is Lexa.
Oh.
You look amazing. Is shedding from the jab a real thing? Yeah, it is, but guess what? Healthy people aren't going to be bothered by it. Unhealthy people are going to be bothered by it. So you might want to get your health together.
And Lexa's going to be here on Sunday. She's coming to stay for the week.
Why?
Because she wants to meet you and be here and be in this community.
Oh, that's nice. So she's come for holiday.
No, she moved to San Miguel de Allende, and she knows that I've been following you, so she wants to come and take your training. So she's coming to meet you. She'll be
Okay.
in our meetings in the mornings.
I'll be on my
next
best
week.
behavior.
Thank you.
Okay. Listen, but I won't. Now, the other thing is that just know this, that if anybody's flying out of Mexico, I have a connection. So you just have to do a swab. There's no nanos in it. You got to do a swab. It's $95. And 2 minutes later, they got your results. So just know that, okay? It's not this $295 PCR, and that's good for anywhere. So if anybody throughout Mexico, leaving Mexico, and if you're part of our group, please give me 5 days and tell us when you need it so that it's here and the nurse will come. It's $15 if the nurse comes here, or you get to save $15 if you go into Zihuatanejo yourself, but it's not worth it.
No.
It's not worth it. Have the nurse come here. And the other thing was we have an amazing dentist here. I mean, she is amazing. Biological dentist. And she doesn't take x-rays. And she knows exactly where all your cavities are. You have to understand something. You can teach anybody to poison anybody for money. Yeah. Okay? Laura. Been seeing holistic nutritionist and lost 30 pounds for 1 year, no movement. Went for blood food allergy tests and eliminated all those foods, almost 6 months, and still no movement and weight. Stepping up exercise is not an exercise problem. Tennis, what can I do? First of all, do infinite iodine. That's the first thing. Next thing is check your bowels and get on the ultimate coffee enema. But if you were to do, tomorrow we're kicking off the advanced water fast at 12 o'clock Central Time, and I'm going to be going through everything. I'll be doing a live Zoom. So, am I doing a live Zoom? How are they getting on it?
Let's have a look.
Did Nat send out to everybody? And where's the link? Yeah, really.
No, there's no Zoom for Waterfast because there's a master consultant live training set up at 1. So it's just a half an hour Waterfast.
Well, then I'll just do it off of FaceTime tomorrow. But I need you to tell Nat right now that we need a Zoom set up for Friday.
Okay.
Because Friday there'll be a Q&A for the Advanced Water Fast. There'll be another one on Monday and another one on Wednesday because it ends on Tuesday. So that's everybody if you want to attend that or learn about it and understand something. It'd be great. How would you like to get $100,000 in stem cell therapy? Well, that's what Advanced Water Fast can do.
Yeah.
And it really can do it. I'm not kidding.
No.
And then if you do the clapping and you do the belly button and you do the other things.
And the dry brushing and the salt
Yeah.
scrubs. And I've gone
Well,
through.
here we don't do salt scrubs though.
No, sand scrubs.
We do. Why don't you tell them about that?
Oh, I go to the beach. It's wonderful fun. My first time I went, I brought my bag and I had all my brushes and my clapper. Started off with my dry brush and then I clapped my body and then I went down and sat in the water and took the sand and scrubbed a body part and then a wave would come and so I got to giggle and laugh as it pushed me up and then I'd scoot back down and get in my spot and find some sand and scrub another spot and then a wave would come up and woo! push me off. It was so much fun. Now all the other girls are doing it because they heard about my grand old time. So it's lovely.
So you've got your salt in there, you've got your iodine in there, and you didn't pay a thing for it. You know, they mixed it for you. They had it waiting.
It's mixed with the water and everything. It's
Yeah.
perfect consistency.
You had to just get down, be your little girl.
Yeah.
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 You're so
Fun.
childish.
I know.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay. Karen Cox, I have a friend who has too much iron in his blood. Do you know anything to combat this? Welcome to the bowel breakdown. That's what it is. Everybody fights the whole iron thing. His bowel. Iron is about your bowel. Okay? All right? Because what is the holy grail of your immune system? It's your colon. What uptakes the iron properly? Your colon. Well, not when it hasn't been properly looked after. Okay? Let me see here. And go ahead, try everything else and then try that and see. It works. It really does. Connie, I just joined. Who is Anya? We're not allowed to say.
I'm in hiding.
Well, you can
It's a
find
fake
out.
identity.
Anya is an escapee.
Right.
From where?
Colorado.
Okay, all right. Okay, that's it. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so why don't you tell them who you are?
So my name is Anya Lene. I'm from Colorado. And let's see.
Watch
Yeah.
the video.
Watch my video.
Oh, watch your
My
video.
video's
Hold
gonna
on.
tell it
We're
all.
We're gonna do a video and it's a beautiful
Yeah.
video. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Sean outdid himself. He
Yes.
was just about to get fired.
Yes.
Yeah. Aja, the lovely lady sitting beside Daryl. Okay. Are we done talking about her? This is my show.
But it's all about me. Remember,
Yeah,
I love
whatever,
myself
whatever.
completely.
Stop talking. Okay. All right. Dawn, thanks. I'm opening your C60 now. Good for you, girl. Elizabeth, how do we get to Mexico from Canada? Well, if we have not been jabbed. Oh, here's the deal. Ready for this? It's going to be really difficult. You need a pen and paper. Get yourself a mask and go to the airport now and get on the plane. That's it.
Yeah.
Because you don't need a vaccine passport, you don't need a jab, and you only have to wear the mask when you're not chewing or drinking. And then when you get here, you get quarantined only for life here at the hotel,
Right.
and you have to play with us.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
There are no rules. There isn't any rules. It's
Yeah.
just have the mask. And you know what? There's no rules. We've been fooled by little Justin.
Yes.
That little bugger?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Okay, Elizabeth.
Hey, regarding the question flying out of Canada, Aeromexico
Yes.
is the only airline that will
Yes.
allow you, an easy access into, into.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Other airlines are a little bit complicated.
Well, yeah, they are, because the president of Mexico said, I'm not force vaccinating my people. I'm not doing vaccine passport. And people can come here and they're not going into quarantine. Yeah, that's what happened. Okay. Let me see if there's anything else. Laura, how does your weight balance oil work? How to use it best? Okay,
I
well,
love
weight
it.
balance oil, it works by doing over the thyroid area, okay, over the wrists area, in the groin where your lymph system is. Those are the places, and rubbing it on your tummy and those areas, okay? But understand something. It's what you think, it's what you drink, it's what you eat, and how you treat yourself. And that's really it. Okay? I can't let go of that. I can't. And you understand, every bit of infection and inflammation you have to create fat cells to store all those toxins or have a heart attack. And this way, by creating the fat, you only have a fart attack. Okay? All right. Laura, Maureen, but what about the radiation in the ocean? Really? Are we going to go on about this stuff, guys? Yeah, it's bad. Okay? What about the condo you're living in? About the EMF? What about the 5G up there? Okay, what about that? Okay?
Well, wouldn't the natural iodine in the ocean play a role?
That's why
Yeah.
I want it totally
No,
it neutralizes
Yeah.
it neutralizes it all. You know,
Yeah.
people have to go, you know what, it's like this. We got something good, but then we gotta go and find what's bad. The other thing is as long as we do that, I mean, logic is logic. If it's dangerous, it's dangerous. But if you can find a better place to live, then go, let me know, okay? Just let me know, okay? Let me know where we can get organic vegetables and fruit at this price, where the people in the country are this welcoming. Oh, and then pretty soon, I should have one on here. Are you scared to walk the streets? Can you go out there at 4 a.m,
Yeah,
and it's more peaceful than where you're from?
yeah. Oh,
Seriously.
it's definitely peaceful here.
Oh my gosh, you have no idea.
Yeah.
You know,
It's a
people,
beautiful little city.
Yeah,
It's so
yeah.
peaceful.
Yeah, but whatever. Janet, how can I reduce high blood pressure, high blood calcium levels? Well, if you've got high blood calcium levels, you're not going to like this. That's precancerous. Because you got high blood calcium levels, it means you're pulling calcium out of your bones so fast that osteoporosis is right on your heels, because you are dumping so much toxins and adrenaline, and you're building your cholesterol up, and your body's saying, calcium, calcium, buffer it down, because you can't have a big pH change where your blood goes from alkaline into more acidity, or you'll go into a coma or die. That's why you have the high calcium, and you can change that fast. Now you're gonna love this one. Go to the doctor, he's gonna go, get off the calcium, get off of calcium products. And then I'm gonna tell you, it's because you don't have enough calcium ions. And the only way to do it is with ionic calcium therapy, and it's the only way to really do it quick. But I guarantee if we get the cork out and we get you pooping good, and then we filter out your liver with the Ultimate Coffee Enema, get you on a whole plant-based diet, okay? And then we throw in the ionic calcium therapy, which you'll see in my library, because we're not allowed to put it up on our website because it works too good.
Don't want to get people well, eh?
Yeah. Pam, anybody chartering private planes that cannot get passports? Yeah, there is, but I'm not gonna tell you who. Anyways, Tammy, saying hi is all. Hi, Tammy. Satchel, I've been using the C60 on my face and neck and orally, then the Beyond Beauty cream, but I wanted to order more. Do you know when I will be able to get it? It's whenever you want it. We have it all. My skin is looking very nice. It will. You'll never have more beautiful skin in your life. There's nothing that's going to do it. But if you clap,
Yeah.
get our clapper. I'll
Clap
have
your
all my
face.
products here as soon as the container gets here. It's only an hour away, but it's been an hour away for 3 weeks. It's just, mañana. Okay, so clap first. Well, skin
Yes.
brush first.
Yeah.
Skin brush first.
And then
Clap.
with clapper,
Yeah, and then you want to do
spray.
the spray,
Oh, yeah.
the Beyond Beauty spray. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
And then the C60. So I put it in my palm, rub it all around, put it all on after the spray, and then the Beyond Beauty cream.
That's right.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Yeah. Did you tell me? Can you tell them? Has your face changed?
Oh, so much. So my hands, you probably don't see my hands really closely. Sorry about that. But I have dark spots all over my hands and arms. So my face had lots of wrinkles and some really deep wrinkles that if I were to open the skin, you'd see white lines because they weren't tanned. So those spots are gone, and every now and then a new one will come up to the surface, and then within a couple days it's flaky around, and then it just comes off. So I love using the brush because there's new little things that just come up and brush off. I just love doing it. I really love doing the whole program with the vitamin C, and my face is just so much better.
And did you hear what you said? Little things come up. Would you rather those things stay deep embedded and turn on you? Because understand, when you clap, if you go light purple, you're not too sick. If you go dark purple, you're pretty sick.
Yeah.
If you go black, you're kind of, it's not good.
Yeah.
So the reality is you should be able to clap anywhere in your body and there's no bruising, just redness. Okay, so understand, you know people that say, I didn't even bang in anything, I'm bruising. Well, yeah, you're kind of on the way out, okay? So the reality is it's like you're an overripe fruit, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Elizabeth, my son is complaining about going for a pee all the time and can't stop. I'm worried. What advice would you give him? Well, right off the bat, I'd like to know how constipated he is. And you can have that problem when you have the fear of letting go. So he could have something really fearful, right? The fear of letting go, holding on, holding on. I can't let go. I can't let go. So then you create an infection in there. Because urine comes out sterile. Did you know that? It comes out sterile. But if you keep it in there, stagnation, infection, swamp, what came first? The mosquito or the swamp? The swamp, right? And then the rest comes later. The burning, I don't really get that. I'd want to know his age. I would want to know what his bowel movements are like. So if you want to give me a call, you have my extension. I'm trying to catch up today with calls. Nobody called me today. After this show, I got like 40 calls. And I really got to just focus. Anita, can Canadians cross the border when driving to Mexico? Only for, what are the essential services? So we've been, if you want, you can get a letter from Nat. It's nat@docofdetox.com. Just, you can write it up. You know, some people are saying, I've got to go here to do this, and then I'm going to go down there to get therapy done. I don't know how well that works. Eventually, it's going to be so tight, nobody will have it. They'll be like really restrictive. That's what they do, right? They just choke you off slowly. It's like the pot in the frog in the pot, and turning up the heat slowly until he fries. Okay, Lori, breaking FYI. Okay, we did that already.
I'm seeing Sean in 9 minutes.
What?
I'm seeing Sage.
In 9 minutes.
In 9
Okay,
minutes.
all right. 9 minutes, okay. We'll take one more. Judy, my son has low blood sugar. It's really difficult to get him to eat frequently. Is there anything else? Well, you know, we'll starve ourselves off. And he has low blood sugar. Well, he probably lives off sugar. And he probably lives off flour. Okay? So he's probably a snacker. Okay? Yeah. So, you know, you really have to take a look at what people are doing. You just can't just throw a Band-Aid out there. You know, that's what people want, right? People don't want to call and get a perfect day consultation. No, don't want to do that. It's $150, everybody. $150 for a consult. You get a 320-page PDF manual. I mean, the information in this is going to tell you how to actually assess yourself, your family, how to make blender drinks, how to make different salads. But it's going to talk to you about your body, your poop, your pee, your skin, your eyes, your nails. It's going to show you so many things. But we will build you the perfect day. It's an hour long. We send you the audio. And then you have free calling with us, with the consultant and me. Like, I give my number, my extension out. If you can't get your consultant, you call me, and I carry the ball. So go to a consultation at the top of my page and get yourself a consultation, $150. If you're not happy with it, we'll refund you. End of story. Okay? That's what we'll do. What do you think?
I think it's wonderful.
Okay. Let me just make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me just go over some things. So tomorrow, Wednesday, we have the 6-day advanced water fasting kickoff, right?
That's it.
At 12 noon. Then on Friday, okay, we have it again at noon. And then on Monday, we have it again at noon. And then Wednesday, because Tuesday it would usually end, but you can still go further, people. You don't have to stop at 6 days. You can go shorter and only go 1 day. Okay, but the reality is, I hope you were doing the perfect day for 2 weeks prior. So, you know, you want to lubricate and put a little WD-40 on the hinges, so it makes it easier when you go in and do that. Understand something. Nobody's going to want you to do this because it unleashes the power to heal. Right?
Right.
Yeah, it does. Let me see what else. And then that's Wednesday. And then I think I got to think about this. And then on Thursday, we're going to do the New World Practitioner again. So New World Practitioner meeting like we're doing right now will be on Thursday next week because of the fasting. Right now, everything that you take during the fast is on sale. Okay? Everything you take during the fast is on sale, and it's over until the fast is over. And when the fast ends on Wednesday, that's when the sale is going to end. All right? And the next practitioner training is November the 1st, okay, and it goes to November the 28th, all right? And then after November, the next one is January the 14th, all right? And then we have another one February, and we have another one on March, and we have another one April. And then May, we're gonna do our first Spanish one, and we're gonna have a translator, and this is where we're going to be really nice, not really nice, just fair. And we're going to do the same, take your money and take their money. We can't charge them the money that we make. So we're gonna charge them the amount as close as we can to what they make and do a whole course for them so that we can start implanting non-surgical and whole life coaches all over South America and Mexico so that they can go into their villages and start doing what we do here.
Nice.
So that's what we're gonna do. Yeah. Okay.
That's awesome. Working with the locals. Go for it. That's so good to hear.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, you know what? It should just be normal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I would tell everyone to go to my Telegram channel at t.me, thedocofdetox.com. If you want to follow us until you come here, you can go to actually Ixtapa World Healing and Training Center, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And then once you get here, we'll give you the Braveheart code for the Braveheart Nation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you can join us and you'll know what we're up to, what we're doing. You know, hey, tonight, like we're gonna be doing nightly fires, and then we'll do morning meetings. We'll reverse them. Like we won't, you know, we're not gonna be going crazy. And then we'll be doing we got the volleyball going, and then there's a lot to do, isn't there?
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love
Okay.
it.
So I want to thank everybody for joining me today, and let me see. And tomorrow, like I said, I'll be here at 12 o'clock for the fasting. Okay. God bless everyone.
Goodbye, everybody.
And just know this, okay? Everybody's full of BS, belief systems, and a lot of them you don't want. God bless.
Yeah.
God bless.
Bye.
My name is Anya Lene. I am from Colorado in the United States. Mainstream medicine has not been a big part of my life. However, my father was a pharmacist and we owned a family drugstore. So I'm familiar with that. My dad was a 7th generation pharmacist, but our drugstore was the life of the party. It was fun. My dad played Santa Claus. There was a jukebox. You came in and you went dancing and you ate a banana split or a chocolate malt or read the comic books. It was a fun place to be, and just that was much more fun than what drugstores have turned into today. And I'd like to say that my father changed my beliefs on medications, pharmacies, even though we didn't have much in the drugstore. Whenever I had a headache or a stomach ache or I was tired, my dad always opened up all these pills and would put them in his hand and say, "Here, take these." And I thought, that doesn't make much sense. Why would I take pills for just, a minor headache or a stomach ache or something? My dad was an obese man and he was an alcoholic, so that didn't seem to make sense either, so I knew that I just really wasn't going to go that route. Mainstream medicine never really entered my life at that point. What compelled me to seek something better within me was my father. My father was talented in many, many ways. However, being a little child, a little girl growing up, having an obese father, an alcoholic father, it affected me in many ways, mainly emotional. So I knew growing up that it wasn't a healthy lifestyle. And it was hard and it was sad to see my father like that. So that's what motivated me to change. I found Dr. Wolf a few years ago, just started buying some products from him. And I had started on my own self-health journey way back when I was 16. So working in a health food store was one of my first jobs. That transformed my life. and allowed me to understand and see a better way of living than my father. So I turned my back on my father and the upbringing I had in the drugstore, and I started searching and searching and searching for all the best answers I could find. When I found Dr. Wolf just a few years ago, I was excited because he had amazing products. So I started my journey with using his products. Didn't know much about the man, but I knew that he had amazing products. My first video of Dr. Wolf was actually through Ty and Charlene Bollinger. So it wasn't his video, but this video was instrumental in why I'm here today and why I'm on the journey I'm on. Because I heard Dr. Wolf speaking and talking about cancer on the video, and I realized, oh my gosh, this man is more than just products. That led me to research his website more and deeper, and I found he had a plethora of videos. I got into the library, I did the 4 Pillars of Health, I watched the Braveheart videos, I was doing the 12 Loving Steps, and transforming myself on an emotional level. And then I started jumping around on his website anytime if somebody talked about having a foot issue or a heart issue, or I started looking at his A to Z master guide, and I actually watched that whole thing from beginning to end. And he's a wealth of information, and I love it. They're all transformational, but I enjoyed starting with the Braveheart, the 12 Loving Steps, the 4 Pillars of Health. Yeah. So my journey with Dr. Wolf started off as being a mental, emotional one. I had a lot of emotions wrapped up in my father, lack of a father figure, of something to look up to. So that left me with a lot of insecurities, a little questioning, a little lack of self-love, just wrapped up in a lot of things around my father. So mine was definitely an emotional journey. So I started off doing Daryl's Perfect Day, the 4 Pillars, those types of things that helped me start to learn that I could love myself and grow. And then as I started growing more emotionally and learning to love myself, which I fully love myself through Daryl's videos. And with doing that, I've also learned that the physical pains that I've had from accidents, falling off a horse, falling off a bike, a water skiing plunge in the ocean, or not the ocean, but the lakes, all my injuries, I've now found out that our emotional issues create these physical tissues. So now I'm on a journey of healing all of it. And that's what brought me here to Ixtapa. The things I do now that I was told I couldn't do before is everything, which may sound really odd, but I was always told, you can't do that, you can't have that, you can't be that. Only certain people get to be that or have that or do that. And I wanted to fight that because it just didn't make sense to me that I couldn't have or be or do. So I love it now. It's fabulous. And you can have that too if you struggle with any kind of emotional issues or physical issues. I was in my own little prison and didn't realize it. And now it's bye-bye. What excites me most about this new path is that the whole world is open up to me. I believe in that. Before I knew it was there, but I didn't fully believe that I could have it. Now that I love myself, I'm totally okay with myself, and I let go of the people and the things around me that don't feel good to me. I'm so excited for how I can expand and how my life can turn into just something so beautiful. It's a dream. It's a dream come true. I'm not in my room crying and believing and hoping for a dream. I'm living it right now. Do I believe that other people could benefit from self-health care and the protocols from Dr. Wolf? Absolutely. If I have benefited, you can benefit. And another little golden nugget I'll give you is that I had my first suicidal thought when I was 15. driving down the road one day and I thought suicide would be better than my life. But then I actually realized those are just thoughts. And so I started my fight for having what I wanted. So the thoughts come in and out, but I just believe it's more of a suicidal depression because I really don't want to leave. I'm not ready to leave. There's so much to enjoy. And now that I'm actually learning, loving myself, enjoying this, it's fabulous. Fabulous. My success with the new protocols did turn me around to start looking at the New World Practitioner, but I was looking at that first. So when I did my research on Daryl's website and realized he had certifications and trainings, that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. However, with the way that the world has been in 2020, I couldn't get there. And I started this journey in the fall of 2019 and paid for my first course in February of 2020, but I couldn't get there. So as time went on, I was okay with not getting to a course this month, put my money for next month. He just kept changing my money, and eventually I realized, oh my gosh, all this time to focus on self-health care and focus on me and focus on loving me was the biggest gift I could have been receiving. So I encourage any of you that if your emotional or physical issues are holding you back, go on his website and start the Braveheart. Start those things. Start learning like I did, because I've spent 2 years practicing these protocols. And now that I'm here for an actual training, I'm going for all of them, 5 in a row. Woohoo! Yes! You can do it too, but I encourage you to start watching his videos and start doing the self-love, the self-care. Well, I never thought I'd be in Ixtapa. I'm here for the courses. Now that I'm here, it's so warm and inviting. The people that have came here to be with Dr. Wolf, like I did, they're so fun to get along with. Everybody's like-minded, everybody's interested in the self-care, everyone's interested in the New World Practitioner training. In fact, we have so many they can't fit into this first class. And the staff here at the Ixtapa Palace that we're staying at, they're wonderful. They're warm, compassionate, friendly, helpful, kind. It's the love that I've looked for throughout my life. Loving myself here, among a self-loving place, walking to the beach, being in the ocean, walking into town, eating some amazing vegetarian, or not vegetarian, but raw food, fruits and vegetables and amazing things. This is just a very healing place. I feel like it's paradise. People do talk about Mexico being a scary place, and they're going to steal your car, and they're going to steal parts on your car, and you're not safe to walk the streets. I feel so safe here, as do the other people. I walk into town, I walk to the beach, I've played in the ocean by myself. I've walked home by myself, and yes, it's my home here. I'm in a room in a palace, and it's a home. But yeah, the safety, I don't see anything, anywhere, anytime that causes alarm. Absolutely, it's safe here. The political climate isn't a part of our life right here. It's not. It's wonderful. At home, we may be bombarded with it. At home, I didn't pay attention to it either. I mean, it was there. It was definitely more there. So I could see rioting in the streets, or I could see things happening in my town. It's not here. There's no rioting going on here. There's no, what was the name of those people? It was a group of people that came to our town a couple times and raised riots. That stuff isn't here. It's not alive here. It's just not here. Yeah. No, there's no division, there's no separation between races of people. We're all one here. Yeah, we're all one. It's wonderful. Yeah. I encourage you to come here just to feel the lifestyle even. You don't even have to be a part of Dr. Wolf and what he's doing. Just come to Ixtapa. Come to Zihuatanejo. It's a wonderful city too. Yeah, it's peaceful and safe here.
So what is a New World practitioner? Well, a New World practitioner is somebody that understands that training comes before treatment.
Have I noticed any changes in myself since taking this course? Oh, yes. Yes, I have. I definitely have.
There's so much more ahead of you, and there's so much more that you can find within yourself, and there's so much that you can let go of to free yourself. And I'm excited to be able to help others find their power.
It's not a treatment. It's like a restoration. You can renew your body. And I didn't understand what was preventing me from healing.
I guess this is where I kind of get emotional because Daryl truly cares, not only for himself, but humanity in general. And he wants to educate people to live their best lives and learn to love themselves first before anybody else.
The Whole Life Coach certification. We go deeper in that 8 days than anybody else goes when it comes to learning how the invisible creates the physical, the psychological creates the biological. And we teach you about energy medicine and about vibration and frequency because that's all it is.
He really cares for everybody. He wants to educate as many people as he can, their own healers / practitioners. He wants to get the knowledge out.
Dr. Wolf and the whole crew, Sage and his bodywork techniques, learning it, everybody here has just been so incredible. They're so supportive. It's been a really cool experience.
I've seen nothing but incredible results day after day, hour by hour, while they work on people who get finally the effect and result that they've looked for everywhere else and never got. So they're amazing, amazing.
On a daily thing, I'm becoming more flexible and more pain-free. It's a process of treatments because of the damage I've done to my body. But yeah, I expect to be doing backflips. You know, I'm 64 years old. I'll be doing backflips.
When it comes to the Wolf non-surgical certification, nobody can pull fibroids apart or reverse joint, muscle, tendon, ligament problems or scar tissue from surgery quicker than we can. And we offer a money-back guarantee to all our patients. Now, why would we do that? Because we pull off the I am possible and we reverse the irreversible.
They're so professional, yet so fun. They know how to push you to your limit. They encourage you, so it's all positive training, and really every one of them has a piece that they offer to the business, and they don't miss things. They let you go to the next level.
To use my love and light to be in service of others, and that's part of healing, right? Where as my elbow is connecting to that skin, you know, I'm delivering my frequency to the person that's seeking that work, you know, because I will always have that love and light inside me.
And a New World practitioner understands that you can't give what you're not. So until you understand that unconditional love and care for oneself is what you need to become so that you can give that to your patients, don't expect a different outcome than every other practitioner out there. And that's what we teach here, because you need to become what you want to see in all of your patients. Good day, I'm Dr. Daryl Wolf. Do you know why you or your friends or your family are struggling with their health? So what is a New World practitioner? Well, a New World practitioner